What's up everybody, King Louis here with a new Mordhau video. 2 balance patches ago I uploaded a dual weapon tier list. Now, after quite a bit has changed, I thought this is a good time to bring it up to date and give you guys my opinion on the current dueling meta. The following list illustrates what I think are currently the best weapons in the game and what I see and hear other elite rank duelists are using and praising. This first part is all about two-handers. There will be a separate follow-up video for one-handers, so make sure to hit the subscribe button if you don't wanna miss it. I have divided the scale into 5 categories, from amazing to terrible. Within a category, I also tried to sort from best to worst, from left to right. Let's get started. The Maul. A few patches ago, the Maul was one of the best dueling weapons in the game. Now, after quite some nerfs, most notably the general lunge nerf, the Maul is only a B tier dueling weapon anymore. Currently, it is very easy to turn around and run away from riposts against short weapons. Moreover, swing manipulation in general is very strong at the moment. So a playstyle where you try to defend against everything and outstun your opponent became harder to pull off. The spear shines in team modes, but not really in duels and is C tier. Yes, you can make some wild animations by spinning around with underhand excels, strike into stab morphs and stab drags, but that is not enough to consistently bring good duelists in trouble. Next on the list we have the Evening Star. The Evening Star is still one of the absolute best dueling weapons in the game. The recent nerf in patch 20 to the turn caps didn't really change all that much. Its drag excel mix-up is still insanely strong for a consistent 2-hit to kill weapon that has top tier stamina values. The Evening Star is a rather easy to play dueling weapon that doesn't require a lot of effort compared to most other weapons and definitely needs some further fine-tuning. The Training Sword is obviously D tier. The Longsword was probably the best dueling weapon in patch 18. After a lot of nerfs however, it fell out of favor, and I don't see many good duelists using the Longsword anymore. The weapon is still alright, but definitely not as overtuned as it once was. I put it somewhere in the better half of B tier. Also in the better half of B tier is the Battle Axe. The Battle Axe is a pretty decent dueling weapon with 2-hit to kill potential against tier 3 armor. It has some wonky deceptive animations, but is rather short and not easy to play to its full potential. The Quarterstaff is D tier. No dragability, terrible stamina game and very low damage make it unusable in high level duels. The Polax has always been and is still a pretty good weapon. Most people prefer the alt mode for dueling because of the 2-shot potential. But I've also seen some people use the normal mode that has slightly higher turn caps. The Polax has crazy fast excels that can catch a lot of players off guard. I also put it in the better half of B tier. The Executioner Sword is in my opinion the best dueling weapon in the game right now. Its horizontal drags and excels are unmatched and pretty unreadable. The weapon is also rather easy to play, as it basically drags itself. The recently added heavyweight debuff and the fact that it cannot combo don't really hurt its dominance. The Executioner Sword is the biggest offender of poor riposte animations that definitely need some rework. Next on the list we have the Warax. The Warax shines in big team modes, where its low cost combined with high damage allow you to invest heavily into perks and go ham. For dueling, I put it on the low end of B tier. The main problem of the Warax is the very short range. People can turn around and run away from your riposts pretty easy if you don't constantly facehug them. Another problem is that one body strike and one leg strike don't kill someone in tier 3 armor. So foot drags are a no-go, unless you can land a headshot first. The Greatsword is by far the most popular weapon among high-level duelists in Mordhau, because of how strong and versatile it is. An S-tier weapon that is also one of the best choices to learn the game with. Compared to the Executioner Sword or the Evening Star, the Greatsword requires more skill to be equally effective. There is not much else to say about the Greatsword. Great excels, great drags, good stamina game, decent range. It has it all. The two-handed bastard sword is mediocre for dueling and C tier. It has low strike damage with pretty low range and feels just like a worse longsword. The pole hammer is also C tier in my opinion, even after its recent buffs. The weapon itself is very slow and also slows your movement speed down while equipped. Excels feel very reactable too, and the low release time of 475 ms make drags underwhelming. As already mentioned, playing for the stamina game only is not something you can rely on too much this patch. The two-handed master, on the other hand, is one of the stronger dueling weapons in the game right now, and A tier. It is the fastest 3-shot weapon in the game and has good drags. It has also very fast strike combos. Definitely a top 5 weapon. The Halberd is somewhere in the middle of B tier. Both grips are viable for dueling. The normal grip is faster and more excel heavy, whereas the alt grip has very long drags and buffs range and stamina drain. Personally, I like the alt grip more for dueling, but I guess that's preference. The Halberd also has the heavyweight movement speed debuff, which is not unsubstantial for footworking. The S-stock is similar to the spear, a weapon that shines in teamfights. I put it in C tier, mainly because of its low strike damage. The Zweihander is in my opinion better for dueling than its reputation. Definitely not top tier, but somewhere in the middle of B tier. The Zwei has surprisingly fast excels and one of the best drags in the game. It now also has an unreliable 2-shot potential against tier 3 armor with 2 head strikes. The heavyweight movement speed slowdown is pretty annoying and the reason why most Zwei players play in at least partly tier 2 armor. The Bardiche is one of the top choices for dueling right now and A tier. It has great range and 2-shot potential against tier 3 armor with 1 head strike and 1 body strike. It also has really good swing manipulation and drags exceptionally well from all angles. You can even pull off non-glancing underhand drags with it reliably. The Polax is a lower B tier dueling weapon in my book. It is one of my favorite frontline weapons, as it absolutely shreds through light armor. For pure 1v1 however, there are better choices. The weapon is very drag heavy. You can often catch people off guard with it, but once opponents get accustomed to the Polax, the weapon feels rather slow and sluggish. Last but not least we have the billhook. I made a whole video about the billhook and its unique push and pull mechanic. I wish there were some more weapons in Mordhau with unique traits. Nonetheless, I have to put the billhook in the higher end of C tier. High level duelists know to defend themselves against pull push kick shenanigans, and the weapon has very low strike damage after all. Alright guys, that's it for the first part of this dueling weapon tier list. The current dueling meta is all about swing manipulation, but there are some big combat changes in the works, so I guess we will see what the future brings. Please leave a like and consider subscribing to this channel if you found this video helpful and enjoyable. As always, thank you all for watching and see you soon.